All right, guys, today we're going to be going over how to make the top plate for our kinetic sculpture here. So we're going to go to Home on SolidWorks if you're not already on Home, and we're going to click on Part because we're going to be making a part file for the top plate. To get started here, we're just going to be making a rectangle. So let's go to Sketch, Front Plane, and let's just start making a rectangle here. The dimensions of the rectangle are going to be 2 inches across by 9 inches. And then we're also going to have a center line in the middle going horizontally. Let's see if we can find the center line of this rectangle. And if we can't, that's okay. We'll just put it here and then make sure it's straight when it's connected. Then we're going to make sure that this is going to be for reference geometry only. So for construction, we're going to select for construction when we're creating this line, and then quickly smart dimension it so that we know it's directly in the middle. So we're going to go 4.5. Now we have a construction line right in the middle of our rectangle here. So next, what we're going to be doing is extruding here. Actually, no, not yet. We're going to be continuing on the sketch here. So let's go up here. We're going to be making a little rectangle up top. So make the little rectangle and we're going to be dimensioning it. So it's going to be 0.25. In terms of height, let's see, we have 1 inch. And then we're going to be doing 0.13 from the side here. Sorry, 0.125. And then last things last, before we finish that, let's create one more piece of reference geometry. So we're going to go from the top all the way down to the bottom here. And then we're going to make this line for construction as well. What that's going to do for us is it's going to allow us to kind of drag this thing right here until it hits the middle. It should at least. And if that doesn't work, you can select that little dot right there. You can control click on the center, and then we're going to do coincident. Just going to shift it so that it's exactly lined up with it right there. All right, so at that point we have a small rectangle. And now what we're going to do with that small rectangle is we're going to mirror it across the big rectangle here. So we're going to go select on this rectangle. We're going to go to mirror entities. And then remember how we made that little line in the center of the big rectangle earlier? We're going to use that to mirror right here. Mirror about that line. Select OK, and it should be mirrored across. Now, just to make sure that everything is centered correctly, I'm just going to do a little double check here. It should say 0.25 is there, sorry, 0.5 is the distance. It says it's driven, so yes, we're good there. All right, after that, we're going to be doing a linear pattern. So what we're going to be doing is creating another little sketch profile here. And we're going to be dimensioning that sketch as well. The dimensions for that sketch are going to be 0.26 by 0.51 by 0.51. So in total, it's going to be 1.02 long, and then it's going to be, sorry, 1 second. It's going to be 0.26 long. And from there, we're going to ground it to the other rectangle by creating a reference right here. So we're going to be doing a 0.24 inch space here, 0.24 inches. That's going to ground the distance between these two right here. And then last but not least, just like we did before, we're going to select the center here, and then we're going to really zoom in here so we can get to the midpoint of this rectangle. We're going to control click to select two things at the same time, and then we're going to create a coincident relation. So now they are attached. This one, I believe we can drag to here as well. All right. At that point, we now have our second rectangle. So what we're going to be doing next is creating a linear pattern to space them properly along the square or the rectangle here. So we're going to be going onto this one, clicking it, and then going up to linear sketch pattern. We're going to be going down to the spacing here, and we want the spacing to be 0.504. And in addition to that, we want, sorry, we're not going to have it in the X direction. We're going to be having it in the Y direction. So we're going to be clicking on this one more time, entities to pattern. We're going to be doing Y axis here. It's giving it a little problem, so we're just going to try it one more time here. Where to go? Linear sketch pattern. We're clicking on this one. We don't want any in the X axis, so we're going to be clicking one here. We want 15 entities in the Y direction, so we're going to be clicking on 15 there. Now we can edit this right here. We're going to be doing 5.04. Then once we click enter, you'll see they'll space out a little bit more. And as you can see, they're in the wrong direction. So in order to change that, we're just going to click that little direction button right there, and it's going to flip around. So now you can see we have 15, or we might need 16. I'm sorry about that. We're going to have 16 entities there. There we go. So at this point, everything should be lined up here. And we should be good to go. Okay. All right, everything's good now. So we're going to click the check mark, and then we're going to be extruding. So we're going to do an extrude boss base. It should already have the correct entities selected. However, if it doesn't select the correct entities, we're going to go into select contours and then just select the outer box right there. Let's see. We're going to be extruding it 0.5 inches out. Click OK, and we should be good to go there. So just like that, you're going to have yourself your linear patterned top plate for your project. Thanks for watching, guys.